Hello and welcome to Bruce Springsteen Guitar Lessons. Today's lesson is going to be tougher than the rest from Tunnel of Love. Thanks very much to subscribe star Ralph Stern for the request. welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that walkthrough. So now what we're going to do is go through all the individual parts. Okay, so the album version of this is in the key of F major. Now I think what's happened is it's actually played in G major, but everything's either detuned by the producer or engineer in the studio, or they've just detuned the guitar by a tone. But just for simplicity, we're going to play it the same as the official music video version, which is in the key of G major. It's all the same voicings. You could always detune your guitar by a tone, but that's quite fiddly. So yeah, we're going to play it in G major. Okay, so let's take a look at the chords first. So what we've got is G5. So it's only 4 chords in this song, which is brilliant. So 3rd finger, 3rd fret, low E string, little finger, 3rd fret, B string. Okay. Now in the song structure, which I also put up on the screen now, I've just referred to it as a G just for simplicity. Again, all the song structures will be in the description, so hopefully you find that useful in breaking down all the individual parts. Okay, cool, so that's G5. Again, so we're there, 3rd finger, 3rd fret low E, block the A string, little finger, 3rd fret B, and block the high E string there. Okay, so then what you want to do is play a C add 9. Now Bruce often plays this, you see in a lot of videos, he plays his G's like that, either with his little finger there or there, and then when he moves to the C add 9, it looks like he's playing a C and adding his little finger, but it's just C is just kind of, his first finger is just kind of there, not actually doing anything. C add 9, brilliant chord, 3rd finger, 3rd fret A, middle finger, 2nd fret D, little finger, 3rd fret B. So just the middle 4 strings there, really nice chord, and then to the D major. Again, he will probably play it, he does play it like this, with middle finger, 2nd fret G, 3rd finger, 2nd fret E, little finger, 3rd fret B, which is quite an unusual way of playing D major. He does it a lot though, for example, with these slash chords you see in a lot of his songs, okay? But again, if that feels weird, just play it with your normal 1st and 2nd and 3rd fingers. It just means you can leave your little finger there and go G. It's good to have a different kind of variety of these chord voicings. G5, okay, so G5, C add 9, your little finger can stay there, and then D major. So the main 3 chords, okay, and then just a standard E minor chord, which is going to be doing that in the 3rd verse. So that's middle finger, 2nd fret A, 3rd finger, 2nd fret D. Cool, so nice and simple in terms of chords. Okay, so it's worth mentioning there's actually quite minimal guitar on this track. It's all about those big synths. And also he will vary up these picking patterns I'm just about to show you quite a lot throughout the song. So don't feel that you need to do this picking pattern throughout. Okay, it's definitely kind of very ad-lib, and he's changing it up all the time. I just want to give you some nice solid foundation and give you the picking patterns that I think he's using as much, you know, quite a lot throughout the song. Again, you can see this in the kind of the official music video on YouTube. So let's take a look at the intro now. So basically the intro is 2 bars of that big sounding drum beat. And then what you've got is this main kind of 8-bar phrase that you hear a lot throughout the whole of the song. So what you've got is a whole bar of the G5, and this is a picking pattern that I've suggested that he seems to be doing quite a lot, again, especially in that official music video, but feel free to embellish it. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so what you're going to do, alternate picking with your picking hand. You're going to pick the E string, then the D, then the G, then the B string, so down, up, and then hit the low E string again, and then the G, then D, and then the B. All quavers or 8th notes are half a beat each, so really simple in terms of rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And sometimes he might go, you know, when you see the video, he's definitely just messing around with it, okay? But I just want to give you kind of a standardized version. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so, and that's the first bar. And the next bar, again, you can see the song structure that these are in brackets, the 2 next chords. That basically means there's these 2 chords as a split bar, okay? So the next bar is going to be half a bar of G5, just going to go up the G5. So 1 and 2 and then the C add 9, move those fingers there and just go up that chord, middle 4 string. Really simple, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and jump to the D, Okay, and now what we've got is D, just going to go up to the D chord from the D string, so 1 and 2 and then this picking pattern I think it's doing here is open D string, then B, G, and then D. Again, feel free to play around with it as well because he will change it up all the time. And you're going to do 2 bars of that D. Okay, and then what we've got is a whole bar of C add 9. Okay, so you're going to start the bar going up the chord, C, A, D, G, B strings, 1 and 2 and then A, G, D, B. Okay, now what you've got here is a bar of 2/4, which basically means there's only 2 beats in the bar. Okay, Bruce does it from time to time. It's just a really cool sort of songwriting trick. So it's just 2 beats in a bar. So you're just going to do half a bar of this G5. Okay, 1 and 2 and then it goes straight to the next bar, and then then you've got 2 bars of D to end. Same as we did before. Again, feel free to change it up a little bit. As long as you've got the rhythm there, the chord changes and the order right, you can feel free to embellish it. Bruce will do that all the time. So let me go through that kind of the intro section. You've got 2 bars of drums and then you've got that awesome 8-bar riff. So bar of G, split bar, and D, 2 bars, C add 9, bar of 2/4, half a bar, so 2 beats of the G, so 1, 2, and then D major, 1, 2, 3, 4. Do that one more time. So I'm also going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, so you can see how that bar of 2/4 works. So G, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool, so now we're on the verse section. So in terms of structure, the first verse, the second verse are all exactly the same, pretty much. And then basically the 4th verse, the last line repeats again, okay? So the way the verses work is you've got that 8-bar riff that we just did, and then the 3rd line is exactly the same as the first line. Okay, so again, cross-reference with the song structure. So you've got G, and then G5, C add 9, 2 bars of D. And now what we've got is C add 9 for a whole bar. Oops. And then a split bar of G5 to kind of resolve the verse, and then D. So there's no bar of 2/4 in this kind of second half of the verse. So you've got 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then 2 bars of G5 to finish off. Okay, so now I'm going to play the whole of the first verse, which is also exactly the same as the second verse. So 2 bars of D, C add 9, and the bar of 2/4, 2 bars of D, 3rd line, same as the first line, 2 bars of D, and C add 9, and then the split bar of G and D. Finish off by 2 bars of G. So really nice pattern. Again, it's quite minimal. You don't want to be too overpowering with this. You know, less is more as well, and dynamics. You don't want to overpower like the synth and everything else. Okay, cool. So let's now take a look at the 3rd verse. So this is kind of where it goes onto the E minor chord. Okay, so E minor picking pattern. We're just going to go open E, then 2nd fret D, then G, and then the B, then the E, then G, D, B. Again, feel free to change it up. again, as long as you've got that rhythm going nicely as well. So you've got E minor, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then you've got C add 9, again same as before, and then 2 bars of G. Then C add 9, and this bar of 2 4, but with a D now. So you're just going to go up the D chord, 1 2, or 1 and 2 and 2 bars of G. And 2 bars of E minor. 2 bars of G. Okay, and then we've got C add 9. Split bar of G and D. It's kind of to resolve the whole progression. And 2 bars of G. Cool, so let me just play that whole of the third verse again. So, E minor, C add 9. And then 2 bars of G. And then okay, and then we've got C add 9, 2 4, 1 2, then 2 bars of G, 2 bars of E minor to 2 bars of G, then C add 9, split bar of G to D, to finish off with 2 bars of G. Cool, again, feel free to vary up that picking. Cool, so the guitar solo chords, again, the guitar solos will be on Subscribestar either the day after this video is released or the same day possibly, but generally the day after. So these are all available on Subscribestar on the basic tier on there. So feel free to, it's a really nice, simple guitar solo for this. So the chords underneath the guitar solo are exactly the same as the first and the second verses, okay? Now the only difference between the fourth verse and structure-wise and the first verse, second verse and guitar solo is just the last line is repeated, okay? So that last line, okay, which was the C add 9 and then the half bar of G to D, and then the 2 bars of G, just done another round of that, okay? So that last line of the fourth verse is just done again to finish off the fourth verse. Cool, and then you've basically got the outro and harmonica, or outro harmonica solo. I couldn't find a decent harmonica sound that I liked on the backing track, so I just used an accordion if you're wondering what is going on there. Yeah, so basically the outro harmonica, again, it fades out on record, like a lot of songs do. So what I've done is basically the structure of the first, second verse, guitar solo. So again, a lot of repeating patterns, which is great. So it's the same structure, but just repeated twice. And then I've basically just cut it short in the backing track. So basically what I've done, if I just play the second half of the outro harmonica section, and you can see how I've ended it. Okay, so imagine you're just starting a normal verse section. So G, then G, to C add 9, then 2 bars of D, C add 9, bar of 2 4, 2 bars of D, then G5 to C add 9, then 2 bars of D, then C add 9, and then to finish off you've got the G5 to D bar, and then just strum a G, just so there's a concrete ending. Again, it fades out on record, okay? So you don't have to end it exactly like this. Cool, so that's all the parts. Again, quite a nice and simple song. It's a brilliant, brilliant song from one of my favourite albums, Ton of Love. So I hope you've enjoyed the video. Again, quite minimal guitar, but again, you know, you can easily play this sort of song on your own. You can also do some simple strumming, so in the Guitar Pro files and Guitar Tab PDFs that are available on Subscribestar, you'll be able to get an acoustic. I've done a really slight acoustic backing that you should be able to hear in the walkthrough. So I've done some simple strumming. If you're not fond of your picking, you could even just do a simple strumming version of this song, okay? Yeah, so if you wanted to get Guitar Pro files, Guitar Tab PDFs, or backing tracks of any of the songs I've made, I think this was my 40th backing track. Again, I'm making them all the time. You can head over to Subscribestar and check out the different tiers on there. And if you wanted to make any requests, head over to the Subscribestar and go on the Bruce Legend tiers for song requests, and just look at all the different tiers and see what you can, what you'd like to get. So that, yeah, the tab you see on the screen in the walkthrough, that's all made in a great program called Guitar Pro, which is relatively inexpensive. But if you didn't want to use Guitar Pro, you can just get files in Guitar Tab PDF format. Also, if you'd like to get extra tabs and chord diagrams that appear in this lesson breakdown part of the video, these are always available on the day after these this release, or even sometimes the same day. I'm also going to be redoing my website, jsmusical.co.uk. So if you're not interested in the Subscribestar thing and paying, you know, a small fee monthly, it's taken a while, this website, but you'll soon be able to get backing tracks or just individual files, Guitar Pro files or Guitar PDFs. It'll all be nicely organised if you prefer to go down that route. So just please be patient. It's taken a while to make, because it's a really big project. But yeah, if you'd like to get access to that, that'd be great. Please hit that subscribe button and hit that bell icon for notifications. If you haven't already, please give it a thumbs up. Enjoyed the video, and any comments or suggestions, feel free to let me know in the comments section below. But thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Cheers, bye.